Here with Andrew Schultz on an episode of Ask a Property Manager. This is episode 32. I don't know if I'm doing this right in the screen or if it's backwards.
32? Well, I could only see like half of each hand anyway, so.
I always get confused because I don't know if it's a mirror image or how it works, but
right.
For anyone who hasn't seen this before, I work at rentprep.com, which is a tenant screening service, and Andrew works for Realty Edge and is an associate broker who manages over 120 doors. So Andrew is the brains of this operation here, who answers questions from our Facebook group, Rent Prep for Landlords. Mm-hmm. So Andrew, if you're ready, I've got 4 questions that you provided me with, and I'm going to put them up on screen here.
Okay.
And I'll read them to you. So this first one comes from Drew Johnson, who said, would you rather have a tenant with dogs or cats? Are you a dog or cat guy when it comes to managing tenants?
I'm a dog guy personally, but I don't want any of my tenants to have pets.
Okay.
It creates headaches no matter what. The industry is trending towards allowing people to have pets, okay. But I think the only way in order to do the pet thing, you really have to, I don't want to say over-engineer, but you can't have carpets and stuff like that. You've got to be hard floors pretty much throughout your unit, mm-hmm. whether it's ceramic tile or vinyl plank floor or whatever. But it just seems that anytime somebody has pets and has carpets in a rental unit, I never see it end well. So
yeah, well, I'm sure sometimes it does, and they're like, "Oh, I got an extra $50 on a pet fee or something," but it's like right. If you do it 3 times and one time it doesn't end well, it's not.
Yeah,
worth
exactly.
It.
No, you're right. You're right. You're exactly right. It's one of those things. It's a challenging situation to find yourself in.
Okay. Well, I think that's a pretty quick one. Why don't we jump to the next question here? Question 2 comes from Kong, as his first name, and he said, I sent out a 30-day notice to my month-to-month tenants, giving an option to stay on month-to-month for an extra $50. Mm-hmm. Or they could avoid the rent increase with a 1-year lease. The tenants felt they were being punished. How would you handle the situation? So it sounds like they're on a month-to-month, but he's decided if you want to stay on month-to-month when your lease is up, you're going to get a $50 hike. But if you're willing to do a 1-year lease, it'll stay at the pricing that is currently being used.
Okay. You may or may not have state laws that dictate what you can do. So consult an attorney. I'm not an attorney, obviously. I'm a real estate broker. That being said, we always charge more for our month-to-month tenants. If you're in a situation where, and let's assume that these tenants that are on month-to-month are at market rate. And let's also assume that this is in New York. So we have a climate issue to deal with. It's 28 degrees according to my car. It's 28 degrees in Buffalo right now. I don't want month-to-month tenancy pretty much ever. The reason I don't want month-to-month tenancy is because it's 28 degrees right now and there's not a lot of people looking to move. I would rather have a 1-year lease. That being said, if you're going to offer someone a month-to-month term, there's no reason why you should not charge a little bit extra for that. I think that that's fair. I think that what he's offering is fair. If you want to sign a 1-year lease and commit yourself to the apartment for another year, we'll leave it at the same rent. If you want month-to-month because you want the flexibility, then we need a little bit of something to offset the risk of you maybe disappearing on a 30-day notice whenever you decide that you want to go. So I think what that landlord's offering is fair. Something that we have done in the past, especially when we have tenants that approach us that are interested in buying a home sometime in the next year, we actually are doing one of these right now where we're offering the tenant, they can give us a 30-day notice. Their lease ends in May, so end of May. So we're letting them give us 30-day notice. They can terminate their lease at the end of June, July, August, or I think September. Once September rolls around, so October, basically if they don't give us notice at the end of August that they're leaving at the end of September, they're then locked in until March the following year. And then we'll let them leave at the end of March, April, or May, which is the last month of their lease. That gives them the flexibility to try to find a home and be able to walk away from the apartment without any kind of real penalty. It gives us the ability to know that we have a tenant secure for the winter. And it gives us that window either on the front end or on the back end where leasing is a little bit better and not so much those winter months where it's more difficult to lease. So that's something that we've been doing with tenants who have come to us and said, hey, we're looking at a house or something along those lines. Maybe they have like a work relocation possibly coming down the pipeline or something like that. there's some flexibility that you can give to your tenants in those instances, and being able to offer them that kind of flexibility is really nice. It's a benefit to the tenant. I don't have any audio from you right now, Eric. Okay.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Andrew? Nothing? Damn.